So, welcome. This is basically our a summary, a sharing of our first experience of week one of connecting into Daughters of the Golden Rose. And Rachel has really, with such generosity, is willing to share her story and her experience of this meditation, this first experience of this. So thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate this. So you have the stage, my love, and let's share what's we have literally the juicy bits was the sharing after, and I think you've just literally said let's share this because this is really important of why we're doing it.
Yes, it does feel important to share, and I just want to say thank you for bringing your gifts. Okay, so even though it was a very calming, as always, you were very calm, it's very grounding, it's very related to the body. I was quite energized up and down and like really feeling it. So I just think it's kind of important to say it doesn't matter what your experience is as well. But what came through for me, it was, and bear in mind, this is off the back of a recent entity removal. And I have been for the past week and a little bit experiencing a lot of extra energy, like a heart explosion, a lot of reclamation of maiden energies. So I am having a flood come through of memories from between the ages of 15 and 22, which was before I experienced violence in my life. But those memories have been completely dormant. And so these have been coming through. And then this evening in your meditation, it was like feminine essence was obvious and inevitable. So it was there. It felt safer than ever. Like femininity is just something that is completely inherent. It's held within these webs of light around us. We are safe, we are protected. So it felt to me like there is, I know you talk about like deprogramming of wounds, and it felt like another layer of that was done, was
Mm.
peeled back. And it allowed me to come through with this, just show up. There is no pushing, just pure be in pure enjoyment. Just
Yeah.
do it, the whole trust, beauty, knowing. Really yummy, divine,
This,
beautifying.
I mean, that's the goal. That's the nectar, isn't it? It's about being able to be safe in your feminine energy. And as you were talking then, it was like it reminded me of some channeled writing that I did, and it's about how the feminine needs to truly let to feel safe. Because when we have this anxiety, this fear-based ascent of that we believe we have to protect ourselves, it still creates situations where we have to protect ourselves. So it's about how we can really move through that fear barrier that has been created because of experiences, our own and through generations. But this is where we're breaking those patterns so we can be really truly in the power that is the feminine. So the meditation was about really what showed us is that we're protected in this deep structure that we're creating through our heart and our womb, this web of
Mm,
light, this sphere of light. So, and when our nervous systems can truly feel that, not just think it, because
mm,
we it doesn't happen through the thinking, it comes through the deep feeling. When our nervous systems feel that safety, that's when the healing begins.
mm. Yeah, I get that. And when we were connecting in with our womb, I was connecting with the land energy, and I kept seeing the land of the place that I just went on a retreat last week in Canada. I kept seeing the area where well, actually, the area where I had the entity removal, and also the area where we had the opening ceremony and closing ceremony. I was very much centered in that land, and there were two women who I met there who it was like they popped up in my head as, oh yeah, they are pure vessels and channels of divine feminine energy. Like two women were just there. But also I saw like an interconnected network of golden light. I would call it like a quantum matrix of interconnected light within the ground. And then I don't even remember which part of your meditation you were talking about, and it seemed to rise up in a connected rainbow with the lake and the sky. It was like everything was completely interconnected in this rainbow light web.
That's it. See, as you said that, I just saw how the light went through water and created the rainbow when you said the lake. And so water is really, really important. That's where our consciousness moves through our body. And that when you've got light through water, it refracts, it creates that whole color. So literally the white light suddenly shows the rainbow. The rainbow is that white light. So yeah, that sounds pretty powerful, and especially when your body's got 70% water or 90 odd percent in your brain and your blood's 92%, water is fundamental. So as you say that, it feels like a purification
Mm,
of the whole your body and every
mm,
other cell. So this feels like very purification, hydration, clearing and cleansing.
mm.
That's
Yeah,
been
it's
it.
beautiful, beautiful to witness. And again, that was new for me.
Mm,
And the other thing was when you talked about you were bringing some energy from the heart into the cranium, and whatever it was that you said when we were focusing on the cranium, I suddenly went to some specific memories that again have laid completely dormant.
mm,
And it was work memories from a really positive time in my life in 2006, 2007. And that was a great time for me professionally. Loved my colleagues, loved my students, felt very much healthy, well, everything's going really well. That's been dormant. It's like I couldn't access it. But when you talked about heart and cranium, boom, suddenly there it was. And it was like, um, I just remember. It was like the remembrance was there. It was like, oh yeah, that's mine. Where has this been memory been? And
mm,
yet, almost in an instant, I knew, well, actually, that was before the time that I was abused as a mother,
mm,
which has taken over. That story has taken over because it was so deep, so dark, and it went on so long. It's like I'd forgotten these other parts.
yeah. And that when you shared that to me, I was like, that's understandable because the brain will hold fear quicker. You literally just need it a few times and boom, you have an ingrained pattern that is there to protect you, just so you can survive. It's so when we have these fear or these blocks, it's about really being compassionate and kind to ourselves and thank that part of us for being there because it protected us. But now as we're seeking to our joy, we allow it to move through. And I was sharing with you is that it's not about trying to get rid of it. It's just about being peace with that. Because when you hold that with integrity, you hold that with, there's a wisdom that sits within you. It's like your body has experienced so much, yet it's moved through. That's the gold. That's the innate wisdom that we're holding in our bodies. That means that we don't go back as humanity back into these shadows that where we have been. It's like when you hold that innate wisdom, like when you've had a virus, your body will hold all those T cells in your gut and go, well, like, aha, I know what this is. I'm going to do what I need to do. Well, this is the same from emotional intelligence. So this is the gold and the compassion and the empathy that you have, and so we don't fall back. So it's never about just trying to get rid of it. It's actually about alchemizing it. And then when you do that, when you move through those memories that have held down, the joy then comes back. The memories that would have been intertwined with that, but because of the fear so much, you don't see it. And as I'm talking now, I'm recognizing that's why a lot of time with childhood trauma, you don't remember much of your childhood, because the fear that you would have experienced has literally just kept everything very quiet, because that's the only stuff you can really remember.
Oh, that makes so much sense, doesn't it? But for me, it's so I'm having the reclamation of the years prior to violence and abuse. That's what's re-emerging for me at this time. It's like, yeah. So it's almost like that is the story evidence of having released sufficient layers, but it is literally a deprogramming in the body, right?
Yeah. Which can take time, and that's not a story just to try and keep you in healing, because that's, again, be
Yeah.
mindful that you're not going through this loop, I'm being healed. It's just holding compassion at knowing that your nervous system has been set up a certain way, and it's just going to take moments of showing up for yourself consciously, and to be able to break those patterns, shift the light, come out of the usual patterns that we've had whirling around in our brains that's deeply ingrained, and keep creating new circuits, new patterns, till eventually that becomes stronger, that, oh, that's just old, I'm just letting
Yeah.
that go. And so it's a gentle process.
Mm.
And,
It does take time though, doesn't it? And what that also brings up for me, because I do still, I have quite a lot of things to say and a lot of feelings about certain messages that have been given in online spiritual places, perhaps just on social media, perhaps it's just something that's happened in a way that people have absorbed what I feel are old paradigm marketing messages to bring that into spirituality and healing. And I don't think it works. I think it piles blame and shame on people when there are people giving out messages, hey, this person had one healing session with me and got rid of like a lifetime's trauma.
mm,
No, they didn't. Stop
mm,
it. There are people
mm,
going back into jobs they hate because
mm,
they're sinking under a sea of bullshit. And I
yeah,
feel that what you're saying in bringing the truthful, scientific body perspective to healing is healing in itself because it's true and I see the evidence of it.
yeah. And it's when you can bring that in and you can understand, okay, it may take me time to unravel this, but I'm doing it and that's fine. And I can just be compassionate. But if you get in a story that you need to get fixed straight away, it kind of lands you even deeper, because if you're not fixed, you think, well, what's wrong with me? And then it's that compounding of shame, or I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. And it's just, that's the old story and that's the old message that isn't your truth, but it feels like it's layering on that even more, which is when you do
Yes.
this work with compassion and connecting, you're allowing yourself to dissolve that, but in your own time, in your own unique way, but through the connection of your body, so you understand and listen to that. So, because everyone's different. It's like how I experienced that meditation as I shared it, you experienced it different, and somebody else will experience it differently. So we're meant to experience things differently. We're activating the uniqueness that's within us. That's the real key.
Mm. Yeah, beautiful. Well, thank you again
Oh, oh
for
no,
for
it's
bringing your skill and what you do. I always feel like it's an interlocking jigsaw and you have the other pieces and I'm like, yes, whatever Gemma does. Yes, please.
you mean, but I love it that you're here with me, because then you share with what you've experienced, and then I can go, well, I can understand that. So it's like we're not meant to be doing this on our own, and the more women that can hold space with each other with equality, and knowing that, you know, we've all got a gift or something to share, we'd be able to emphasize that person's gift that they might not be able to recognize it. So it's just an oscillation it's just beautiful. So I'm grateful for you to be here too. So thank you. Thank you, my love.